Germany is the latest country to legalize pot for recreational use. In just a few days, adults will be able to carry up to 25 grams of weed in public, 50 grams for private use. Individuals can also grow up to 3 plants for consumption. The law will decriminalize and reclassify the drug as a non-narcotic. Curaleaf stock popping on this news last week. Let's bring in Executive Chairman Boris Jordan to discuss this opportunity. Boris, always good to see you.
Thank you, Melissa. Good to be here.
Some estimates are that the German market could surpass $500 million by 2027. Can you put it into perspective for us in terms of comparing that to the size of various markets here in the U.S.?
Yeah, I think the closest thing to compare it to is the Florida market, medical market, because it's a very similar piece of legislation. If you look at Florida, Florida has about 4% penetration of their population, or about 25 million people. That's about a $2.5 billion market today. So the number is actually much, much higher. It's closer eventually to a $10 billion market in Germany because of their 83 million people versus Florida's 25 million. Now, we don't expect that to happen overnight. These things take a while to ramp, but we do expect that the market should triple probably in the next 12 to 18 months, and then we'll continue to see growth after that.
Hey, Boris, it's Tim. You've made significant investment in Europe, and in fact, I think really much unlike your peers, I should say, in the U.S. A headline like we've had today and in Germany in the past would have moved your stock 15%, 20%, moved the whole industry. How do you explain the somewhat muted reaction to this? Because we're getting incremental news flow in the cannabis space, and I run a cannabis ETF, and your company is a core position. It seems as if the market is somewhat, thoughts?
I think there's a misunderstanding, first of all, amongst, let's be honest, that the bulk of the investors in the U.S. MSOs today still are retail investors, right? Large-scale institutions have not yet invested. We've only recently, since we've uplisted the TSX and now mainstream custodians are custodying our stock, we've only recently started marketing to large long-onlys, the BlackRocks, the Fidelities, the Capitals of the world. They're doing their homework. They haven't invested in the market at this point in time, at least in the U.S. stocks. So I think we're really driven by retail. Retail, through Robinhood, for instance, doesn't have access to foreign stocks. So you have to be a retail investor as an account at Schwab or Fidelity or one of these other brokers to actually invest in this particular space. And I think that's one of the reasons. There's a lack of education. And a lot of U.S. investors, particularly retail, don't really know the European market, right? We invested 3 years ago. We've probably put in almost $400 million between the acquisition. We have the largest footprint. We today have the largest vertical business in Europe. We're selling in Germany, the UK, and in Poland. We have a 23% share in Germany. So you can just imagine, obviously, we don't anticipate holding that kind of share forever, but with a market that's going to be a multi-billion-dollar market over the next, 2 to 3 years, we really hope to maintain a very large share, and we think we're going to be the biggest beneficiary, at least from the North American companies in Germany.
Do other countries follow Germany?
Oh, I think the way Germany goes, Europe goes. At least that's what I saw in other businesses. I used to be in the data center businesses and others in Europe, and I saw the same type of thing. Germany typically leads in regulatory reform, and you see other countries starting to follow suit. So we're already seeing the Czech Republic and Poland follow suit on Germany. Very similar piece of legislation. Interestingly enough, Ukraine also making a similar decision to those other two countries. And we think that France, who's got a pilot program ongoing, is probably next in line to move in that direction. The UK has a very strong medical program already. So, yes, we do think the other countries will head in that direction.
Just curious, Boris, are the margins better in Europe than in the U.S. or other places?
It's difficult to tell at this point in time. At the moment, they're smaller only because the industry is still smaller and there's not enough scale. But we've now built the infrastructure for the scale. So as the business starts to grow, we do anticipate that general margins in cannabis are going to be around a 50% gross margin, around a 25% EBITDA margin.
Boris, thanks. Nice to see you.
See you too. Thank you.